to that hot button issue. And if you don't mind, I'm going to kick off my shoes for this one. High heels in the workplace. A woman was sent home without, do not get my toes, did not have a pedicure. She was sent home without pay for not wearing high heels in the office. She decided to fight back, got a country behind her, changing a dress code she felt was discriminatory. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has that story for us.
You know what I want.
From Olivia Pope to Claire Underwood.
Francis.
To The Devil Wears Prada.
That's all.
They're the must-have accessory for powerful women, a pair of high heels. But now one woman is taking a stand in her flats.
I turned up as I normally would in a black suit and smart flat black shoes.
Nicola Thorpe sent home from her new job at a global accounting firm without pay because she showed up in shoes without a minimum 2-inch heel.
I was there for all of about 10 minutes. Pointed at a male colleague and said, well, he's wearing flat shoes.
Outraged, Nicola left and got to work by starting a petition. 6 months later, she was calling on lawmakers to keep companies from demanding women wear heels at work. Professional women sounding off on Twitter, defiantly posting pictures in flats. That petition gaining more than 150,000 signatures. Now lawmakers in Britain saying the company who fired Nicola broke the law.
I had the choice of either, well, I get paid for a day's work, let go of my principles, or stick to it. And I'm really glad now that I did.
Rebecca and Cindi Leive, the editor-in-chief of Glamour magazine, they join us now. Give them a big welcome here to Good Morning America. Cindi. Thank you so much for that. All right, that happened in the UK. What about here? And can employers do this?
Well, legally, you might want to explain the legal implications, but fundamentally what they decided in England was that no, they cannot. But there are some nuances to that are worth knowing.
It's kind of surprising, I think, that employers can enforce dress codes, and they can ask women to wear heels, but men have to be asked in the same environment to adhere to the same strict dress code. So, for example, in a place where women have to wear heels, maybe men have to groom their beard, have to wear suits. The employers have talked about this. There have been suits here in the United States, and ultimately it comes down in favor of the employer as long as both genders are treated equally.
Right. Yeah, there seems to be like a little bit of a gray area when it comes to the dress code.
I mean, it's very legitimate to say, for instance, no one can wear a tank top or no one can wear flip-flops because that's gender neutral. What's not fair, and what I think a lot of women objected to in this case, is the idea that, men, you can come in fundamentally anything that you want, but women, you have to have a particular heel height. The young woman in this case was working a 9-hour shift. She was on her feet for a lot of the day. I am a heel wearer most of the time, but I'm wearing flats in solidarity with her today. And tell me that I'm not going to be able to do my job. Of course, I can be just as professional in flats as I can in a 4-inch heel.
Look, shout out to Cindi. That's so true.
Yeah.
But what is it about women, high heels? And I have to say this. When I first started working here at Good Morning America, coming from ESPN, from the sports world, I would wear flats. And my bosses didn't give me pressure. Women watching they were like, why aren't you wearing heels?
Because they felt it looked more professional if you were in a heel. I do think a little bit of that is going away. I mean, there's certainly, you're completely right, there has been this idea that if you wanted to dress professionally as a woman in the workplace, you had to wear a heel. And yes, women do dress for other women. But what I see with young women is that they're saying, listen, this is about my personal style. Maybe I'm a heel lover, maybe I'm not, but what I put on my body reflects who I am and what I'm comfortable with, and I want to be able to express that when I'm at work.
And you know this, Rebecca, because by the way, I love your podcast.
I love
the podcast
so
that you're doing, and it's dynamic, and you're talking to different people across the board about business. So you speak to that too, Rebecca, a little bit about that.
Well, it's so much of our work life now is our everything life. So what we reflect at work is a reflection of who we are as people. But one of the things I would say to women and to men in the workplace is, if you admire your boss, dress like your boss. Try and think about what the things are that are happening in your workplace. I worked in retail for many years in heels. I know how hard that could be too.
Hey, Rebecca, Cindi, thank you very much.
Thank you.